Okay, it's Wednesday, August 4th. It's about 8:35 in the morning. High tide is about 2 hours, but I can't make it then, so I'm coming right now. And tidal height's about 3 feet. I've been trying to come back since July 27th and July 31st because I had really good action days on those last 2 days, but it's been super windy on the coast, so I haven't been back since those 2 days. I was getting bites on every cast on those 2 days, but I quit because of the wind. So it's a little breezy right now, but nothing like it was the other day. The other thing is that last 2 days, but the other thing is the last 2 trips, I came at afternoon high tide, and usually the wind is a lot worse then. Also too, the afternoon high tides were like 6 to 7 feet high, and the morning high tides were about 2 feet lower than that. So it's a lot lower high tide in the morning these last week or so, but we'll see how it goes. So this is a lot lower than I've been at the last 2 times I've come. So I'm going to go straight to the north. Like I said, tidal height's around 3 feet. There's a lot more beach exposed than there was before, so let's go see how it looks. So swell conditions are about 250 to 300 energy, and the swell height was forecasted around 3.5 to 4 feet. So anyway, fishing conditions are pretty decent. There's a small chilly wind, but other than that, it looks pretty nice out here. So fishing conditions are actually pretty pleasant. Energy's low, swells are low. The wind is not bad at all. In terms of catching conditions though, definitely not as good as the last 2 times I was here. There's just a few waves right here, but there's a lot of dead water out there, and then the big waves are way out there. So it's definitely not as good catching conditions as the last 2 times I was here. But anyway, second cast, no action, been here, I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes at the most. So I'm just keep working my way north. I'm hoping the wave action on the north gets better, but there's hardly any action here. Wave action is what I meant. All right. You can see how much dark water there is, and again, there's some small breaking waves here right in front, but you can see there's a big expanse of dark water way out there, and then the big waves are way out there. So no way I can get to those. So I'm hoping these little waves have something in them, but again, I'm just working my way north. So I'm just watching the wave action here. You can see out further out, you can see breaking waves. So that's where a big sandbar is. So here's a good example over here. And then you see the white water, and then all of a sudden it darkens out. So there's a sandbar where the waves are crashing, and then where the white water disappears, the water gets deeper. So there's definitely a trough out there, a trough edge that I'd like to get out to. Just don't know if I can cast that far. But you can see the waves are crashing right there. So that's a sandbar. And then as the white water dies, it's going into deeper water, which is a trough. And by watching the YouTube videos, what they're saying is that on the downside slope of the trough is where fish hang out because the food gets churned up there. But this is where I was fishing, so it's a big trough here. But at the end of the trough, there's some sandbars here. And that sandbar is going to allow me to hit the deeper water right away. So that's where I'm heading right now. But again, you can see that there's kind of a point here. And again, you know, you can see how dark the water is over there where I was fishing, where the trough is. And again, you can see how shallow it is here, where the sandbar is. Oh yeah, this is going to be much closer to the waves. All right, hoping my luck changes up here. So now I'm up past the houses. All right, let's see how it looks. But yeah, this wave action looks so much better. Back where I was fishing, where that big trough is, if the tide was at 6 or 7 feet, that's where I would have been casting to the last couple of times I came. So maybe that big trough is where the fish hold at high tide. There's actually a lot better than where I was. Like right now you can see like 3 concurrent waves in a row, but again, you don't see them one after another. Like now there's a big dead spot. So it's better than where I was, but still not optimal. I can tell you that just in the last hour, so I'm back to where I originally started, where it was a lot of dead water. But just in the last hour, man, the wave action has gotten so much better down here. Much better wave action has gotten in the last hour since I started. But there's a lot of crashing waves now just right in front of me, and I'm still just short of the trees. So I've been here about an hour. I'm guessing 13 to 15 casts somewhere in there. And I had a little tap, but again, I don't really count silvers as any action. On the south side, and I would tell you that the footing on the beach is a lot unsteadier than the north. There's been a lot of sand movement lately, and I'm guessing what it is that, you know, the sand just got deposited here and it hasn't really had a chance to compact. So it's easy to lose your balance, and actually some of it's like quicksand. Yeah, we know we're just sinking in pretty quickly. So just be careful, you know, when you're wading around. But again, that's the difference I see right now between the north and the south. That's a big difference between the north and the south, is that the waves are closer on the south, but man, this is really, really shallow here. So I'm thinking it's like, you know, maybe 2 or 3 feet way out there. Maybe a little bit deeper, but it looks really, really shallow here compared to the north. So I don't know if you remember my low tide videos, but I know there's a sandbar out there where the white waves are breaking, and then there's a really long trough right after that. So I know there's a trough right here. So that's where I'm hoping the fish are holding, but you know, I just don't know exactly where it is. So I'm just casting it as far as I can and dragging it in, and hoping I find the trough. And once I find the trough, I'm hoping fish are going to be in there. But that's a lot of ifs. So still no bites. I'm about maybe 75 yards south of the creek, mouth of the creek, and no bites yet. South, and man, wave action here all of a sudden looks really, really good. So I'm hoping I get a bite here, but I'm thinking if I'm going to get anything on the south, it's going to be here. So been here about an hour and 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Guessing I got in just short of 20 casts. No action, no bites, but this is probably the best wave action I've been fishing in all day. It looks really, really good compared to the north, but I haven't got a single thing here. So it's about 20 minutes to high tide, and I'm gonna go try the trees one more time because it's as close to the high tide conditions as I could get to the last 2 times I was here. I covered almost the entire north side, covered quite a bit of the south side. No action as of yet. I'm gonna go try the north because it's almost peak high tide, and this is as close to the conditions I can get when I was catching my fish the other day. Again, the other day I was getting them at a tidal height of 6 to 7 feet. Today's high tide's only 5 feet, so even if I were to stay at peak high tide, it's still like 2 feet or a foot lower than it was the other day. So I'm just walking directly to the trees, and it looks like the wave action actually got better up there. So we'll see how it goes. Just about there, but I can tell you that conditions have really changed up here, and there's quite a few successive waves that are very close. Bite up on the north, about my 4th cast. Really tiny one though, so I'm pretty sure it was a silver. But hey, it's better than nothing. I'm about ready to quit. I'm fishing my way back to the parking lot, and all of a sudden they get a fish. But it's been like 2 hours and a half. I'm staying longer than I wanted to. Man, the wind is starting to get really brutal, but I think it's funny that I'm just about ready to leave and I get my first fish. And sure enough, it's a red tail, bottom hook. Well, at least I didn't get skunked today. Let's take a measurement. Where's my ruler? About 9.5. Yeah, not bad, 9.5. Hey, at least I didn't get skunked, but man, the wind's getting brutal. I'll take a couple more casts, but I was supposed to leave like about 20 minutes ago. I've been here 2 hours and 35 minutes. I'm guessing I've gotten like 30, maybe 35 casts. And like I said, I was just about ready to walk off the beach when I got that fish. So I'll give it a couple more casts, but I'm about done. All right, so back-to-back casts. Got another fish. So it's 2 in a row. Third trip in a row where I've got 2 fish back-to-back. Again, bottom hook. Oh, top bait is gone too. So, man, this is like last time where I'm getting bites just as I'm ready to leave because of the wind. But man, this wind, it's getting cold. But this is a small one. I'm guessing it's about a 6 or 7 incher. Let's see. No, it's about funny. It looks smaller than that, but it's 8.5 inches. But that's 2 in a row, and but man, the wind is brutal. Okay, a few more casts. I don't know why I always keep getting the fish just as I'm getting ready to leave because of the wind. But I'm back at the same spot right next to the trees. And it's high tide again, so, you know, even though it's not quite 6 or 7 feet, the formula seems to be working. And again, my top bait was gone as well as I got the fish on the bottom hook. So I want to get it back out there. It's hard to bait, man. My hands are so cold because of the wind. So it's kind of hard to bait now. Another bite. Oh, I don't know if you can see my rod, but 3 bites, 3 casts in a row, 3 bites. So unfortunately, it took 2 hours and 20 minutes to get here. I'm still getting bites. So this is 3 casts in a row. Yeah, 3 casts in a row. This is a decent bite too. I don't know if you can see my rod. My action's always got to pick up just as I'm leaving and the wind's brutal. It's like, oh my goodness. Just seaweed. But look at, man, my bait is stripped clean on the middle one and the bottom one is just basically eaten. So, you know, action's pretty good right now. Okay. So just as I got my last bites, I was so intent on baiting. I wasn't watching the swells, it just went down. So that was not fun. So I am soaked, but I'm determined to get one more cast in. But man, that was stupid. That's like the 3rd time I've gone down this year, and there was no reason why I had to go down that time. I just took my eye off the waves. Actually had my back to the waves, so you know, that's my own fault. But man, I am just drenched now. So one more cast and I'm heading home. That was really dumb. I do the stupidest things sometimes when I'm out here. Again. Come on, fish. Let me have one more fish for going down. But I got a bite right away again. I don't know if you can see my rod. Yep, still getting bites. Yep, still getting bites. I think I got it. Well, I guess going down. Well, maybe not. But this is 4 casts in a row where I've gotten a bite. 3 out of 4 fish. Get another red tail. Oh, this one's a good one. Oh yeah. This one's middle hook. But this one is a good one. I'm having a hard time grabbing it. Haven't had one this big in a long time. Okay, let's see. So first fish after going down, 3 out of 4 fish. This one is a 12-incher. And a little short of 12. Like 11 and 7/8. So nice fish. Okay, so I'm still cold, but I'm gonna go after another fish. This is my 5th cast, and I think it's gonna be my last one, man. I can feel water slogging around in my both my boots. So anyway, always gotta laugh at myself when I do stupid stuff. So it's 4 casts in a row. This is my 5th one. 4 bites in a row. Last one, 12-incher, has probably been my best fish. I'm guessing in about 2 months. I didn't get a chance to weigh it. I don't usually weigh my fish because I like to release right away. But I think this is going to be my last cast and go home and dry out.